Hello everybody. We are playing Magic the Gathering, a game that you will see a little bit more often in the future here on this channel. We are trying to climb back to the gold ranking, and I'm using my mono red deck. I did some slight upgrades because I was usually playing a complete budget deck just with commons and uncommons. But I saw that I do have some rares that I can put into this deck, and yeah, close to the new set, I just don't want to use any of my wild cards to craft any new cards. So we will just play with what we have, and I'd say we jump right into the ranked games. Quickly checking my stream quality here. It looks good so far. Let's see. Alright, first match. This is really risky if we don't draw a land. This would be a great hand if we just would have one more land. This is really. But, yeah, one lander is... I mean, the deck is cheap and all of that, but if we don't find it on turn 2, we are really screwed, so I do have to mulligan here. This looks way better. I think I wanna pitch the Twin Inferno for now. So we hit our opponent for 1. Hope that our opponent doesn't have 1 mana removal mountain. This looks already bad. Play with fire might be coming in here. Okay, Kumano sets our opponent up for a pretty good turn when he casts his creature next turn, so he's incentivized to cast a creature next turn, which means that we can play a land, stock up our resources with Reckless Impulse here. Such a good common card. And okay, 2 times Dwarven Forge Chanter, interesting. Yeah, we'll take it. So we most likely see a creature now. A Reckless Impulse, our opponent does have some struggles here. I do want to profit from the Force Chanter here. So I do definitely play it. The thing is, I would like to also profit from his prowess trigger. So I do want to keep the Ancestral Anger for next turn. We do hit our land drops, so we are currently fine, and I'm fine just not dealing 1 additional damage this turn. So we will shift to the next turn. Alright. Pass turn. Sadly we lose one of our Forge Chanters here. Our opponent does get a creature now. Kumano. Maybe incentivized to play Chandra, Duress to kill. He plays the Mechanized Warfare. Okay. Attacks. Interesting. 3. Combat Trick. Perfect. It's a card. Not many red players play this card, but I think this is really flexible card that you can use in so many different situations. It still struggles a bit when you're facing Sheoldreds out there because of the 5 toughness, but overall I think it's a great card. Okay, first we will go for the Ancestral Anger. Double trigger prowess, perfect. While Reckless Impulse is definitely a draw, I haven't played a land this turn, this is perfect, so if we find one... Okay, double Bloodthirsty Adversary. Play a land for turn, hit our opponent for 7. Let's see what happens next. 4 mana, you can definitely do a lot of damage now. Mechanized Warfare is a really good card. I wish I had 1 copy. I would also play it in this deck. But currently I don't have one. Okay, this is scary. And the Festivities, I didn't expect this card. Well, it definitely makes sense. Now the question is, will our opponent play another burn spell to kill our Forge Chanter, or... What will we see here? Another Reckless Impulse finds a mountain and another Kumano, alright. Perfect. So what do we have in our grave? We have another Reckless Impulse. We could go for an Ancestral Anger here. Or we can just play double Bloodthirsty Adversary. And next turn present... yeah, lethal. We have 2 now. We are coming for free. I think our opponent is... we will decline here. Play the next one. Our opponent might have another play with fire, which he might use on one of our adversaries. Yep. Well, that's actually good. He doesn't use it on our pace, so we are at 6. If our opponent has another End the Festivities, we do have a real problem here, but if not, we might be in a really good spot here. The ward on the Forge Chanter is just... there's so much on this card that I love. Simply the fact that for 2 mana you get a Dwarf and a Wizard in one card. Ward, pay to life, prowess, and a 1/3. It's just... I think it's crazy. Okay. Well, that's lethal then. Our opponent cannot gain any life, so we will Lightning Strike now. I simply want to bait his interaction that he still has. With 4 mana he must have something. Okay. That's 3, that's 4, we can go to damage. Fine for me. What do you have? That is fine, because in response we will pump up our Dwarven Forge Chanter again. That's actually enough. Perfect. What I still need to train on, especially on these aggro decks when it comes to prowess, is the fact that you really need to think several phases ahead and think about your spending or when you want to cast your spells. Because sometimes it happens either with Ancestral Anger or Reckless Impulse that I do want to cast a spell and I see situations and then I cast them second main phase and then I was like, yeah, if I would have thought about this and this outcome, it would have been, I could have dealt 1 additional damage or something like that. It sometimes happens. Okay, promo match for gold. Let's see if we can rank up here. Our opponent goes first. We do have a lot of burn in hand. Bloodthirsty Adversary 2 times. Yeah, let's keep. Oh god, okay. I think Swift Spear is actually good here. Sure, opponent might have a turn like next turn cut down and level up the Evolved Sleeper. Like that. Okay. We will play with fire now because I do want to bait his his cut down now. If I would play another play with fire, we would go up to a 2/3 and that's not enough, so I just have to let it resolve. But it also kills his creature and now we can use our play with fire or another play with fire in his end step, either to react on one of his newer creatures or to scry. We need a mountain. It's not what we need. Swift Spear. Gotta go for the adversary. Okay, doesn't look like interaction. Interesting. What I'm afraid of is always a Graveyard Trespasser, but that would have come on turn 3. So I hope that my opponent simply doesn't have any of those. Alright, there it is. Graveyard Trespasser is such an annoying card, it's crazy. So I do have to get rid of him really, really fast. Otherwise he gets out of hand. I think I do want to pitch an adversary here. I have some board presence, I just need to keep up the pressure. Lightning Strike gives me open windows to our opponent. Our opponent is at 12, is holding a lot of cards in hand, and the Shieldred is definitely scary. We do have to take the draw here. And yeah, alright. No matter the outcome, our opponent will trade for one of our creatures here, so we will try to diversify our threats. We will pump up the adversary here. Get another Lightning Strike. Sure, we draw a card, but it's fine. And then we can attack. We do need to get rid of the Shieldred, so if our opponent blocks what he does, we will Lightning Strike Shieldred. Trample a little bit over. Bring our opponent down to 8. Flesh Gorger, okay. Also a creature that needs to go right away. For lifelink on the creature is scary. You do have to pay the life. Opponent goes down to 6. Backup Shieldred. We will go with Scream. Attack with both. Opponent will most likely trade for Scree. We'll still get 2 damage in. Our opponent will regenerate. 2 more. Yeah, this is looking really bad. As now invoked Spare. Sack a token. Lose 2. Opponent attacks us for 4 and we lose. Mono black. Alright. Two wins away from gold. Let's see. Can we make it? Lanova. I'm not a big fan of the sand because we only have 1 interaction spell, but let's see. Our opponent also mono red. Komano way better start than we have. Followed up by another mountain, so we do have mountains for days, so I am fine not drawing any mountains. Opponent does cast which creature? Swift Spear, alright. Play with fire. Another Swift Spear, okay. Scary. Really, really scary. We could play defense here. And use the Whirling Strike for defense purposes. Opponent will... Can we outrace our opponent? I don't think we can right now, so I will just see what I can do here. Okay. So our opponent can have 1 prowess trigger. So if there is an instant, like a play with fire, we do want to do it now, because then we can still adjust our blocks if our opponent has a burn spell. Yeah, there's the play with fire. Couldn't block up front, but we still took out one of the Swift Spears. Alright. We can still try to ambush the next attack of our opponent. We do have a bit more resources here. Our opponent has one card in hand. So we will try Prowess. Burning Strike. Hopefully not another burn spell. No. Okay. Okay. Dwarven Forge Chanter. We can use the Prowess and Twin Inferno Double Strike to ambush our opponent again. But we are down to 5 lives, so just a few burn spells and we are done for it. Okay. Now we will give one of our creatures Double Strike. Yeah, that will be Forge Chanter. Opponent does have something. Okay, Lightning Strike. But we... Okay, yeah, Prowess up front. Reckless Impulse, that is a great draw. Okay. Kumano. I am actually fine with trading the Firebrand for the adversary. Alright, works. The opponent does have our own Firebrand. Scary. Yeah, we'll be taking 3. And our opponent can activate Domain. Yeah, this is a loss. Too bad. Too bad. Alright. I don't know how much time we still have left before the server goes into maintenance, so we will just try. Alright, now exactly 2 wins away from gold. Finish the quest. So I think I'll make it safe. I'll play this round and try to climb to gold later again when the server is up again. I don't know when the official maintenance is about to start. We will see. We go first. Perfect hand. Great. Let's go. Kumano first. Depending on what our opponent is about to play. Green. Visitor. Firebrand. Okay, Naturalist. Our opponent should attack here. I guess not. Okay. Alright, what we will do now is we will play the file the Naturalist. Exile it. And then we play the adversary because our Firebrand will prevent the visitor from blocking anyways. We will hit our opponent for 9 here. For 8, sorry. Alright, another visitor. Another Naturalist. Doesn't really matter how big this creature gets, as we will simply use the Whirling Strike. Lightning Strike, perfect draw here. We will immediately kill the Naturalist. And then we will attack with everything. This cannot block. Let's see how our opponent blocks. If our opponent doesn't block, no, we don't have lethal yet. But I definitely want to get rid of the visitor, so we will go first strike trample. Going for another 5 damage. Now we are in top deck mode, that's not good. Naturalist, okay. Another counter. So we might see Tamio's safekeeping here. If I would have played land, could have pumped. That was a mistake. Naturalist is not allowed to block. And the visitor will most likely block our Firebrand now. Okay, at least we kill it. Yeah, if I would have played the land, that was a mistake of mine. Naturalist will attack, we will go to 3. Whoa, this is... okay. Oh my god, is this also turning around? I think our opponent missed a trigger here. Swift Spear. We do have to attack. Opponent takes it. I don't want to present my Monastery Swift Spear to another Circle of Confinement. So I will pass here. Opponent will heal up to 5 now. Okay. Kumano. Prowess trigger. Burn. Our opponent is forced to jump. Well, at least straight in this situation. Opponent will heal up to 4 now. Another Circle of Confinement. Touch a Spirit Realm going after Kumano. Cannot exile it because it's only for artifacts and creatures. Yeah, it seems like we weren't fast enough. Feels like we weren't fast enough. If we don't find anything good now, does this help? What can we get back? Well, we have to cast it right away, so Whirling Strike is a problem. I think we need to Adversary, Ancestral Anger, or we get back the Lightning Strike and take out the Naturalist and hope for the best. We decline here. Let's give it a try. Let's see what we draw. That is to Inferno. I think we got it. We got it. Double strike. Wow. Wow. What a turnaround. Holy smokes. Okay. That was crazy. That was an ending. Let's go for another one. Let's hope that we have the time. It was a quick one. Maybe we can still make it to gold. Okay. We're on the draw. Hand is actually good. Kumano into Adversary. Keep. Mono black. Here we are again. So this incentivizes already to cut down. So adversary turn 2 is a good play, I'd say. But there can still be some other removal spell. Go for the throat, for example. Okay, no graveyard trespasser, interesting. So what we will do, we will go for mountain, swift spear. Okay, something is holding priority there. Most likely a cut down. And now our opponent will react. Yeah. Alright. First cut down out. Second cut down. Okay. What makes me a little bit nervous as my opponent gets closer and closer to 5 mana, where they can then start to... Okay. Interesting. Let's get rid of a mountain. Forge Chanter. Well, now the land would have been great, but our opponent takes the 3. So there will probably be some sacrifice engine, but I don't know which one yet. We will see now. Maybe we will see a Sheoldred. Okay, Sheoldred, that's fine. We can handle. I am fine taking my draw. And now we will... We can play the Swift Spear and simply attack with all. Our opponent is kind of forced to block our bigger creatures. Let's see. I expect them to block the Forge Chanter. Okay, adversary, also fine by me. Well, let's take out Sheoldred here. Yeah, 3 prowess triggers here from the Swift Spear, perfect. Opponent goes down to 5. Another backup Sheoldred, okay. Take the draw. Kumano, perfect. Prowess trigger. Nice! We are back to gold. So we will crack quickly a pack. And then I'll end the stream just so maintenance is about to start probably pretty soon. Super dope ending against Mono Black. Really like it. Quickly going into the mastery tree here. And where do I need to put my... Here, the orb to the blue one. Packs. Oh, which one shall we open? I think currently it's time for Brava's War, so let's open one pack of Brava's War. What is this? Mishra's Onslaught. Create tokens, alright. And we get a Gitixian Puppeteer, really cool card. Okay, we will open up another one so we get our Mythic Rare Wild card. Okay, Disfigure, really good pick. Heavyweight, Demolisher, always the big artifact creatures if we would be in a draft scenario. Gitixian Skullflayer can be cool, but in the drafts that I've played it's not the best card. At least it didn't work out for me, so Disfigure or Heavyweight Demolisher, pretty good picks in here. And then we have Wildcard, nice, we also got another one from the rewards here. Alright guys, so server is probably going into maintenance pretty soon, so I will cut the stream here. Thank you all for watching, and then I would say see you in the next video.